What is up, good fighters? Guess what time it is? What we're bringing, it is Good Fighter Podcast time with some connection, intention, and purpose all day long, every day, all times of day. And you know what we love most, Dr. Nash?
Oh, we love a lot of things.
Chiropractic!
Chiropractic's top of the list.
All right, I guess that was maybe a trick question. You were like, I don't know, I love a lot of things.
I was really thinking more on like Anchorman. Just watched that the other day. So Brick Tambo.
Oh, yeah?
Classic line, classic character. But dude, I love chiropractic. 100%. My favorite.
100%.
Love to do it. Love to embody it. It's part of my being. It's part of my mission, bro. And I know it's part of yours too.
Yeah. As an art dealer, you have to. And as an art thief, I have to as well.
Part of a job description, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I should put that on my business cards. Right? Instead of saying chiropractor, just have to say art thief.
Ooh.
Make it happen.
For better or for worse.
We got a special one today. Huh?
I would say for better or for worse, you're going to bring in people who value art.
Yep, exactly. And maybe who knows? We'll be like, yeah, the X-ray is a critical portion of my art thievery. So just a heads up. We got a special one today, man. We're talking about masculinity. Yes. What's the broad topic that you would say? I guess not even masculinity, but what would you say?
You know, the way we got even on the topic of masculinity was just through books. Obviously, we both read a lot. So, in our culture and just in general, recently, masculinity is always almost associated with toxic masculinity, right? Yep. I feel like that's a term a lot of people hear almost just as often as they hear just like straight up masculinity. And we were talking, and I mean, it is so true that to view just masculinity as toxic every single time and in every situation, it's really quite damaging to our culture and just to us socially in society. But there's definite benefits to masculinity, and it's the flip side of femininity, right? So you need a balance. Yeah. And whenever we fall out of balance, whether it be too much femininity or too much masculinity, everybody's going to suffer from it. So toxic masculinity, yes, of course. Those are not good qualities, and those are not things that are going to move us forward as a society. But same thing could be said for toxic femininity. So that was kind of what we were going through earlier today. So I apologize if I'm cutting in and out. My internet connection's not super great right now, but that's kind of how we got on the topic.
All right. We'll make it through.
Yeah. Just keep pushing, keep grinding,
keep pushing. Yes, sir. Well, what's the main context that we got today as far as, I mean, good fighters, y'all know we love 12 rules of life. Is this 12 more rules?
Oh, no, I haven't got into that yet. So I'm still in the...
You haven't gotten into 12 more rules? Dude, I thought this was it.
I'm less simmer. But I did finish the 12 rules, so...
Right. 12 rules coming at you hot.
Yeah. So Jordan Peterson, he's a psychologist, really quite inquisitive by nature, which most psychologists are. And at the end of the book, it's this chapter called Coda. So in it, he kind of goes a little bit deeper into kind of more about his why and why he even really wrote the book, why he writes in journals.
Yeah.
And in it, he talks about getting this gift from a friend, and it was a pen with a light on it, but he refers to it as his pen of light. And it's almost like the perfect analogy for what he feels like he's providing.
Yeah.
Light for people and insight into not just the world but themselves. But to do that, where you can really share with others, you have to look within and share with yourself and open up within yourself.
Right.
So, in the Coda, he asked himself a set of questions. And what I kind of wanted to do was, I hate to put you on.
Oh, this is the, all right, yeah.
But I just want to hear what you got. And honestly, a lot of his answers are quite short, but they're good. So I just kind of curious what you think.
Okay.
Kind of more so like kind of what comes to your head, bro. Okay.
This is my Coda. Do I have to give my first thought, or can I do I think through it?
You can think through it, bro.
Oh, okay, cool.
And if you
I
need
didn't know.
time and you need like kind of like a frame of reference, I'll kind of give you what he has. That's cool.
Right on. Yeah.
Sound cool?
Yep. You
So
keep smiling, man. I think so. I don't know what's about to come, man. You were cheesing before this too. I wasn't sure.
diabolical, man.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm about to be like thrown under the
I
bus
think
or
you're about to
something,
drop
man.
some gems, man. I'm excited for everybody. You have to lay it down. So, all right. So, well, the first thing he starts with is write down the words you want inscribed on your soul. What would you write down?
Shoot, describe them. I mean, how many words does it have to be?
So, really, to be quite honest, um, probably like just a sentence of like maybe like six words.
Okay. I'm trying to not make it like sound super profound or anything.
Okay.
Um, something to the tune of like, um, one who sought to help everyone live their life to the full.
Dang, I like it.
That would be my soul written words.
For
I
sure.
seek to do that all the time.
So, what I was thinking was for me was better in the present than he was in the past, and always aiming to be better in the future.
Oh shoot!
But
I feel like there should be a movie made on that.
no, well,
I felt that in my like emotional like I felt twinges in there from that, man. I don't know.
oh come on,
That
bro.
was awesome.
We're just getting rolling. We're just getting started,
Yeah, yeah, I love it.
bro. So some of these questions that he's posing are kind of more like, so he really is like about living in the moment. And honestly,
Yeah,
that's all we have, right?
right.
That's like just like a fundamental principle that's important with feeling fulfillment and feeling like you're in the right place and that you're doing something worthwhile. And even if that's like washing the dishes, like there is joy to be had in washing dishes. Fun fact, man, I was a dishwasher in a restaurant, and that was my first job for 2.5 years.
2.5 years you
Oh yeah,
dishwash?
oh bro,
Holy cow, bro! I maybe washed dishes. I washed dishes at one restaurant. It's called the Trojan Horse in Bloomington, Indiana, and I also made the salads and stuff there too. But so I had to like I was a meal prepper,
okay.
and then I had to wash dishes, and I think I lasted 2 months.
Not for the faint of heart, bro.
No, it is not, and you
It's
just get wet.
yeah, uncomfortable. It's just not even fun. Like your clothes
No, I feel
gross.
like I need a wetsuit going into there, man.
Yeah, you're wet. It's hot and humid. It's kind of like just the stink is stinky because like everything just like leftover food.
People's mouths have been on all that. Blech.
Dude, sometimes I'd come in and be dishes from it'd be like Saturday. I'd come in dishes from Friday before. So like it was an Italian restaurant, so it'd be like old ranch. Not fun
Were you the only dishwasher?
for sometimes, and sometimes it was
Holy!
awful.
Oh my gosh,
There was
dude!
one
I
instance I
couldn't.
literally had one of my best friends, known him since I was literally probably months old. I was like, "Hey, bro, will you please come in and just wash dishes with me?" He's the only one in there, and I'd be there, literally just like trying to get through the prep work, and then the dinner rush would hit, and I'd be slammed. I'd get out of there,
Yeah.
everybody just making
Oh my,
minimum wage. It was horrible, but
dude, that is a character refiner though, right there.
totally. I mean, don't get me wrong. I had my days where I'd be driving to work in the wintertime, and I'd be taking corners out because I'm like, hey, if I crash, I can't make it into work. It's a win-win. So
I can't believe you stuck it out for 2.5 years. That's incredible, man.
honestly, though, what really got me through it is just the people I worked around. They were all super nice.
Right,
Like I just really like have good friends that work there that I made friends.
right.
Um,
Yeah, that's true.
and ended up working on it to be like a saute chef. So I worked on like the saute line, cooking pasta and whatnot. So,
Nice, bro.
but yeah, living in the present, man. There's always some joy to be had. The silver lining that you can find some
100%.
fulfillment from living in the present, right? So,
Right. I always tell. I told Chantel this a lot because we have different maybe viewpoints on life sometimes, and I was always like, even in the most like negative or monotonous stuff, there's still something to be learned, or like there's always something to be learned in everything,
Yeah. Um,
in that present moment, especially.
for sure. 'Cause, like we were literally just talking about before, this time's like it's the most important commodity. So
Yep, yep,
have
hundred
time to
percent.
spend time. So
Stay in it.
don't waste the present moments, because that's all you got. Really. There's no guarantee
Yeah,
that that future moment shit. You could have a brain aneurysm, drop dead like that. You wouldn't even know it.
fact. Yeah,
How do you want to spend your last moments alive? You want to at least spend them in fulfillment,
certainly not scrolling through Instagram.
right? Not thinking about things that you can't change in the past. You can learn from them;
Right.
those are lessons, but don't dwell on them, right? And at least that's just like my 2 cents on it.
Dude,
So
if I was having a brain aneurysm, I hope to God I would be doing probably one of three things: exercising, reading, or what would be the third thing? Maybe just in my sleep. I don't know.
I
I feel
know,
like it's got to be something cool though. Decent. Like, yeah, he was reading a Green Book.
I know
Drop
that
dead.
procreation, bro. That'd be a good way to go out.
Well, that's always a good way to go. Yeah.
I'm not even
The
gonna,
third leg.
bullshit it, man. That'd be. Do you watch? You probably haven't. Have you seen Futurama?
Uh,
Okay.
some parts.
Regardless, so the following question. So just like in general, bro. If you had to answer it, so here's the question. So, what shall I do tomorrow?
Oh, okay. I thought there was more to that.
Nope.
What shall I do tomorrow?
Yep.
I shall do whatever is asked of me to fulfill my unshakable purpose.
Dang. Honestly, pretty on point for what he said. So his answer was the most good possible in the shortest period of time.
True.
So
Yeah.
for what we do as chiropractors, as what some listeners are doing, that adjustment for somebody,
That's literally the exact
talk about it all the
thing.
time. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not saying you can't get some good feeling and some good results from stretching and doing therapy, but I want to do the greatest possible thing in the shortest amount of time with that person,
Mm,
and the most profound thing with that person, and
mm.
that's releasing the human potential dormant in all life,
Heck yeah.
that innate intelligence, and removing vertebral subluxations.
Woo. Hey, we're gonna have to get some logs on this fire that you're building right here, my man.
Stoked, bro. This is just for you season 2 listeners, man.
Yes, sir.
For these images, because we're shifting from DD to Harvey. So good fighters. Podcast is awesome. I'm just gonna say it, dude. So, all right. This is the. I'm just gonna keep going with some questions, bro.
Yeah, let's do it.
I
I
love
love
your
it.
answers.
I love it. These are good.
So he goes. The next question ends, and it goes like this: What shall I do with my life?
What shall I do with my life? It's hard because they like kind of intertwine, but they're different at the same time, right? Um, what shall I do with my life? I mean, it's closer to my unshakable purpose, I guess, is to be able to essentially whatever I do, point people in the direction that there's an amazing God who loves us all, and He made our bodies extremely powerful. And if I can do anything with my life to show that and show how amazing the body is and point direction to Him, then I did my job.
Nice. Did your job, bro. And he goes, so aim for paradise and concentrate on today. So kind of two things that we've already hit on, dude. Especially with that ultimate creator, right?
Right. I like how he kept it still in the present though.
Yep.
Aim for paradise, but focus on the day.
Yes, sir. For sake of time, I'm gonna hit on some ones that I think are a little bit gonna kind of stir up a little bit different, things that I think are kind of cool to talk about.
Spidey senses.
Yep.
We need to come up with a catchphrase that's chiropractic based with that.
I should. Okay. What about?
I don't know what that would be.
So this one. What shall I do when my enemy succeeds?
Is it over me?
Yeah, I mean, just in general. I mean, just like if the enemy succeeds, what are you gonna do?
If my enemy succeeds, I'm always going to learn from it and prepare to not allow that to happen again.
Hell yeah, dude. Perfect. Aim a little higher and be grateful for the lesson.
Yeah, that's as simple as it gets. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, dude. You guys are on point, man.
I'm Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, right. When you get this book, man, you're gonna love it. So let's see. So, what shall I do to strengthen my spirit?
What shall I do to strengthen my spirit?
Mm-hmm.
Anything and everything that reinforces my purpose. Anything and everything that reinforces my purpose to be and allows me to not be hindered or interfered with my own I would say with negative spirits, I guess.
For sure. And you know what kind of goes hand in hand with that is just like not just a chiropractor, but as like somebody who's got the archetype of really just like somebody who wants to help and just be of service. You just got to be able to tell the truth, right? The truth.
Yep.
And that's a big barrier. I feel like that a lot of people have trouble with is they feel like they need to filter their truth, so it's more like digestible to other
digestible.
people. So tell your truth and like so he says don't tell lies or do what you despise. So those things that we despise, doing those things where we're just like it's not in line with our core values or our belief systems, it just creates a rift.
Yep.
That you can't account for.
You instantly take yourself away from, if you're doing that and it's against your authenticity, then did we lose the recording there for a second?
I paused it. I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
Man, I was going on. I was ready. I was rolling.
No, bro, for sure. We're all part of the same house, man. And the saying of divide and conquer has never rung more true than it does recently. And that's been just like a timeless tale of like how we as a people have been put against each other, and we really all talk about it a lot, bro. But we really all are on the same team, and that's Team Earth, Team Human Being.
Team Human, baby, not a biohazard.
No, not a biohazard. Germs don't make you sick. Hashtag that. Right? I mean,
yes, sir.
Masks don't make you healthy, right? Shoot. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry to tell our truth.
Yeah.
Not sorry. Living in the present.
I'm not saying you gotta accept it. That's okay. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I don't want to be. So, but back to like what we talked about. Don't tell lies. Don't do what you despise. So, failure to reveal yourself and failure to live and tell the truth, all those things weaken you and will corrupt your soul.
Mm.
Without your soul,
Dude,
that's your purpose.
yeah. I was talking about that with Chantel today. I was like, you know what? You know, it'd be really hard is because we have our priorities and we have our goals and we have our purpose, right? And I was like, I feel like it would just be so hard if I'm never able to fully go after it. If I'm never able to fully do what it is that I need to do and to accomplish in this life. And like that would just be like the most like heart wrenching thing if I knew at the end of my life that I didn't do what I could have done, spoke my truth and done what I was supposed to do while I was here. Like kills me to think about.
Why water yourself?
It literally aching in my soul to not be able to do that, you know?
Totally. I mean, even just being alive is a gift in itself, right? There's a lot of people who don't even
Yeah.
have that opportunity. They don't even get to make it past the birthing process, unfortunately. And that's the facts. That's reality. But in that same vein, what you got, where you are, dude, you got it so much better than so many other people. And to not go for it all, like not to not risk it all. I'm trying to remember what he said. To not risk it all. Shit. It's from Rick and Morty, bro. It's really good though. It's Rick Sanchez.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember it.
But yeah, bro. I mean, what else? What are you saving it for? What are you saving it in the tank for? What? You know what I mean? We don't get do overs. You know, we don't get a second time to come through it again. And yeah, you're gonna make mistakes. Yeah, you're putting yourself out there, making yourself vulnerable. But like when you're not doing that, then you know it's just like I don't know. It does hurt your soul.
Yeah. And there's that you know, when you come into contact with somebody like that you know that they're not maybe achieving their purpose and stuff, you really we see this all the time when people that come in our office. Like it hurts, you know, and we want to help somebody so bad.
Yep.
Which is why I talk about that helping people to live their life to the fullest. Because I know, have you seen Soul yet?
I have, and I thought of the quote: "To live is to risk it all." So if you're not risking it all, you're not living. So that is like the ultimate thing that like watching Rick and Morty, dude. I mean, it's a hilarious show, but stuff like that, like, dang, it's inspiring. It really,
More profound than it should be.
I mean, in a way, people, I don't know. I mean, just in general, I really just enjoy and I get a lot out of things that are perspectively based. In
Yeah.
perspective, you know, if you're not risking it all for this gift that you got, that is life, and these opportunities that you get living here in America, if you're living here in America listening to this, or anywhere else around the world, you have certain privileges that a lot of people don't.
Right.
6.5 billion people on this planet, and 90% of them are going to be in a situation where they're not going to even have the opportunity to do what we do, bro. And
Right.
it's just very profound. So if you're not
So,
try to push yourself and bring yourself out, you know, push yourself out of your comfort zone to reach higher. I'm not saying everybody needs to open up a chiropractic office. No, that's not what I'm saying. But to really push yourself outside your boundaries of what you think's possible for yourself and those around you, um, you're you're doing yourself and people around you a disservice.
right. Yeah, dude. That's true. Wow.
Rick and Morty, dude.
Eye openers.
Just
Life achievers.
one more that I at least want to run by you, and then we can just kind of go from there. I know it's kind of a shorter episode today, so I just kind of want to keep it nice and tight.
Weird.
So, pause. So, okay, I'm gonna go with this one. So, what shall I do when the great crowd beckons?
This is another question.
Yep.
Is the great crowd like I'm assuming they're not my cheerleaders.
Yes, correct.
Okay. So one of my favorite quotes of all time that I'll dive it into here is talking about the man in the arena. Have you heard that quote before?
Maybe.
I'm sure you have, but it's kind of on par with what we've been talking about so far. And I think it's, I know it's maybe not my most original phrase for this question, but at the same time, it's what I think of every time when I'm presented in a predicament where I need to choose. And it says this, it's kind of long, but it's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who's actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, but there's no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasm, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. So when the crowd beckons me, I'm going to say, screw it. I'm going after it because y'all cold and timid souls know victory nor defeat.
Dang, man. Woo! That's you got me goosebumps, bro. I'm ready to go run through a brick wall.
That's my favorite quote of all time, baby.
That's a great one. Dude, what's that from?
Theodore Roosevelt.
Man.
Teddy.
Teddy.
Teddy's a beast.
Yeah, talk softly, carry big stick.
Huh?
It said talk softly, carry big stick.
Yep, exactly, man. His story is so cool. He was like a sickly child. And he was basically like, you know what, screw it. And he did all this stuff, man. He was like, I'm tired of being sickly, and I'm going to go after it.
Change that mindset. Dude. That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Going off that quote, dude. Life's too short to be afraid.
Yeah, 100%.
And not that fear is not a useful emotion, and like it's a natural emotion, but to be afraid at all the time and make all your life decisions based on a state of fear, it's too short for that.
Yeah.
There's things that make life intolerable or sufferable, that to make life decisions out of fear in America, man, it's a wasted opportunity. A lot of people died for that opportunity that you're wasting.
Dude, if we made every decision out of fear, I mean, shoot, we'd still be crawling on the ground.
Why go outside?
Yeah.
Stuff
we'd have never done 99.99% of stuff we've done.
Yep. And with that, there's a certain independence in God-fearing people and people who understand that there's more to life than just the government, or more to life than just what the news is telling us. And that is a resource for people that helps kind of mitigate that fear.
Right. Yeah.
It helps put it in order and gives it a place that you can categorize it. You don't have to live in.
You know what you're getting.
Well, and in that same vein too, there's more to live for than just like the physical too, or really try to get pigeonholed into that more recently.
Well, and with that too, like I think, like you said, they like to categorize it in that area because in their own fears, if they see other people are feared, then they're less, or they see other people that are afraid, then they're less likely to feel like an outcast.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Whereas if you and I talk about this all the time, feeling like we're kind of like, maybe we're the crazy ones, like talking about all this stuff, is like, it would be so much easier to just go outside and wear a mask at the grocery store, or to, just go about our daily lives, never in fear, or go out and get a corporate job, not become business owners, or go out and do, not that corporate jobs are bad or anything like that, but there's an element of fear that comes with being an entrepreneur. And I think people that a lot of times they spend their time on the news, when they see that other people are afraid, then they feel less alone and in a bubble. And while that camaraderie can be nice, camaraderie to also defeat that fear is way more powerful than being afraid and in a tunnel your whole entire life.
For sure. And even just with being like, not even just an entrepreneur, which it is, and you're 100% right. Also with being just a chiropractor, you know what I mean?
You're going against the grain. Well,
A lot
some
of
people are,
yeah, but
but
the
in
opportunity,
its premise and practice.
because a lot of people who even get steered towards chiropractic, they were looking at other health
Yeah,
professions that like
yeah,
do that those losses or those lessons they were deemed either not worthy enough, they didn't have X criteria to meet the standards to fall
mm,
in that fraternal order of some other field. And with that, I just think that kind of aligns with not living out of fear, kind of like what you're saying.
right.
I just think
I think there's that awakening that comes along with that too.
yeah, and the opportunities there, and yeah, that awakening process where you're really stepping through that door and
Mm,
making the most out of the opportunity, and it's okay to stand tall,
right,
be proud of who you are and where you've come from.
right.
So
Even if it's a freaking, I don't even know, hut in wherever, the middle of nowhere.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, it's even more inspiring than my story, like middle class Midwest family. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but I mean, if you see people coming up from places like that, you're like, dang, like you really did it. Like, wow, you know?
no other option than to succeed.
Yeah,
Um,
yep,
but in a way, man, everybody that has been successful has almost come to that point where there's no second direction,
no.
either forward or no, forward
Mm.
or no more.
Do you listen to NF at all?
I've heard some songs with him. Yeah,
There's a song that he has. It's called I don't know if it's Options, or I think it's called Options. But he basically is like, one of the lines that he says is, he's like, I gotta make it or make it. Like there's no make it or not make it. It's like I gotta make it or I just gotta make it. Like you gotta make it happen either way, right?
yeah,
Um, and the sooner that I don't know, we talk about a lot of that evolution process that we've gone through school, but in many ways, that process started beforehand, as terms of going after it and just making that decision to be like, you know what, I'm tired of being that old self. Now we gotta be who I need to be, you know?
yeah, and who you need to be for those people that you can help. Because
On that table every time.
that's literally what we're here to do: to serve and help and guide. I mean, we're both reading that same book, Brad Jones, Know Who the Fuck You Are, and
Mm-hmm.
being a shaman to some extent for people to take that journey.
Yep. Yep.
And that visual, even more than visual, um, that thought process for me is that really resonates. So,
Right.
um,
Well, as we were talking too, we talked a little bit about, masculinity being viewed as toxic, or the lack of masculinity in today's environment. Um, and I think that can apply to chiropractic as well, especially because I don't know about you, but we've seen that lack of standing up for, especially now. Like, how many chiropractors do you know that just go about the day?
yeah,
Or, instead of standing up, be like, no, like, we know where health comes from and it's not in your mask.
yep,
Like standing up for that, and that masculinity process. Not to say that females can't do it too, but it's a masculine energy to confront. I think more than anything. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but in
I
my
think
mind,
that's just two sides of the same coin, right?
right, yeah,
It's an assertive thing that like you need to be assertive because you are that leader. You're that
mm,
person that's in the front of the wolf pack and the back. You're bringing the people in the back up along with you, leading from the front at the same time.
yep,
You
yep,
need, especially when it comes to health and especially health of not just them but their future selves and their future family. I think that's a big process that getting over that and getting out of your own headspace. It's like, ooh, I don't know if this person's gonna like what I say. Not your job, bro or girl,
your
whoever.
job is to tell them the truth.
Yes, and
What they do with it is their responsibility.
right, and you need to be like that wolf pack leader or that coach, whatever visual element that sounds better and like visual you can visualize in your head. Be that person,
Yeah,
because they're not getting it from anybody else. They're getting health advice from commercials that are showing them some guy running through the field smelling dandelions and telling them about side effects they're going to have his heart
freaking
fall out
yeah,
his ass, whatever. So I mean, I don't know.
bro. Yeah, they're getting it from that. They're getting it from the news. They're getting it from people who aren't actually invested in their health.
Yeah, people are going to take
I
advantage of
mean,
it. Still,
yeah, it's frustrating, man.
it is, but it's just we play an important role, and like I said, and like I tell a lot of people this, but I'm not everybody's cup of tea, man. I'm not. I'm just. I'm not your guy. That's okay. Like, but for the people that
Right,
I am, that's because I'm myself, and in a way, that's my superpower is being me. So
right,
if you're looking for a superhero that you know um, that I fit the bill for, then that's perfect. And
yeah,
um, I have a nice environment where I have a second superhero here. So um, for us, that's a nice little power structure that we were able to lean into because, like I said, I
right.
can always have somebody else that like maybe I don't resonate with them the way that they're looking for. So
You got that awesome dynamic. From that question that the questions that you asked earlier, though,
yeah,
too, I think it's one thing to really dive deep into think about for those listening, or just even myself that I was just thinking about this is maybe they're not your cup of tea, right? But let it never be said of you that they don't choose you or that they didn't choose you because or I totally just lost my train of thought.
well, I think I kind of know where you're going because they chose you and they got what they weren't or they got something they weren't expecting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like that. Not, let it never be said that you are mediocre and that's why they chose you.
Right.
Basically, yeah,
Or that like I'm like wearing a mask for
yeah,
sure, man. Not me. So
right,
I
yeah,
think that's a good place to end for this episode, bro. We have a really spicy one coming up next with Dr. Chase
yes,
Vasquez coming through.
yes,
Gonna have some
yes, guys.
really
You
good,
guys are. This dude coming up. Brilliant,
bro.
brilliant.
This guy's like inspired me more than just about anybody. Not to just push myself, but to really live and risk it all, because
Mm,
that's what everybody deserves from me is the best version of myself trying to be better and doing it not out of uh, the accolades because for all I know I'm never going to get them. That's fine. I'm not doing it for that.
right.
I,
Yeah.
get 'em. I probably won't, but I'm doing it for the for, my family, your family, people around us, and just us as a society. So you guys
All
know
right.
it's gonna be
That's
great.
just coming up.
That's a great fighter right there. So
Yes, sir. I'm excited to have him on, man.
me too. So anybody who's got some good fights, man, drop them in. Let us hear about them. Let us hear about your rounds you're putting in. You can always find us on our Instagram. We talked about it last time. So at I'm gonna botch it, but
D underscore good underscore fight underscore ers ERS.
yes, sir.
And then yeah, just DM us.
Love to hear about
DM
it.
us.
All right, Gates. Until next time.
All right, buddy. Yep, it was awesome, man.